Hi, I'm Shay, creator of Claiming Feminine, and I'm here today to talk to you and share with you about the idea of surrender as a feminine energy and an essence that we can tap into that can give us so much. And to start off with, I'd really like to get into this idea of what surrender actually means and why it may not be quite what we think we've understood it as before. So I feel as if a lot of the time this word surrender has a lot of connotations to it where it's as if we're giving away our power. It's as if we're not um, in it anymore. Like we're giving up, we're waving the white flag, and it's like, I surrender. Life, have your way with me. But it's not really like that. It's not as if we're just bowling over and we've had enough and that's it. It's actually that we're tapping into power, even more power in our feminine essence when we can surrender. It does not mean that we don't have power anymore. It does not mean that we don't have choice anymore. It means that we're moving with the flow of life, and rather than trying to control it or become rigid in our ways or attached to a certain way of being or a certain idea or a certain belief, we let be what is. And from that, we have a powerful capacity to create with life. It's co-creation then, rather than controlling. When it comes to masculine and feminine energies, and I talk about this much more, will talk about much more in my work and in these videos and in my writings, it's beyond gender. It's not man and woman. It is masculine and feminine energies. We have both within us. We need both within us for harmony of moving through life. Though it is important to note here that the reason why maybe you've even come to watch this or have been looking into how to tap into your feminine essence is because we've realized that the way that we've been living, mostly as women in the modern day world, is from our masculine place. It is from our masculine energy. Not to say that that's bad. This is not a war of masculine and feminine, and I'd really love to highlight that point. In my work, it is about honoring masculine, understanding these energies, and knowing that we have a choice to tap into them. We have a choice to dance between them. So it's not us against them, because that's really us against ourselves. It's creating harmony and then choosing consciously. And most of the time, if we haven't been doing this work, we haven't been choosing consciously. We've been living in our masculine as women and as men because the system of the world requires us to. And without going deeper into that state of why and the systems and blaming and getting into what can be a victim mindset, I just wanted to bring into that idea that our feminine is needed. Our feminine surrender is needed. Just like there's an inhale, an exhale is needed. Just like we take in, we need to learn how to give out. Just like we know how it is to be hard and focused, we also need to know how it is to be soft and flowing. And for surrender, it's about letting go of control. It's about letting go of trying to make things be a certain way, trying to create rules and systems and conditions around life or certain situations. Surrender is about being with what is, being with that, and flowing with it. And really, that is how we tap into feminine flow. So I'd like to give you this visual. Think of it like a stream of water. And there's a beautiful stream flowing through this gorgeous forest. And in this stream, there's sticks and stones and tree trunks and all of the alive things. And when we're surrendering to the flow of the stream, we're moving with it like a fish. Imagine yourself like a fish. And you're still swimming, But there's so much ease to go with the flow because the current is taking you there. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be sticks and stones in the way, but it means that when you get to those sticks and stones, which is like our challenges, our obstacles in life, instead of holding onto the stone as the fish and freaking out that it's there and going, oh, I don't know what to do with this. I'm just going to, oh, how do I deal with this? Or looking at the stone going, oh, that's just too big to move. You decide how you can continue to flow. You surrender to the fact that the stick is there. You surrender to that being part of the journey. And you also keep surrendering to where the stream wants to take you. Where does it want to take you? Forward. So you have choices. You could move underneath it. You could glide over top of it. You could move around it. Your choice is still how you move through it, how you swim. But life is always taking you in a certain direction. Whether that's your soul taking you there, whether that's underlining dynamics of yourself, whether that's universe, whether that's a higher spirit, it's taking you in a direction. And if you keep surrendering to where it's taking you, you can control life, or can you create life? What is the choice that you would want to make? Do you want to control life, or do you want to create with life? When we try to control life, it's not generally going to work out for us because it can't be controlled. We don't know where the stream will take us. We can't control if there's going to be another stick there. But we can create our new path when the stick is there. So it's not about, oh, I can surrender to the flow and I have more control. No, it's about I'll surrender to the flow so I can co-create with what is there. And in that co-creation is magic. We surrender to the new ideas, opportunities, the new people that come into our life. We surrender to when people move out of our life. Okay, this is what life is giving me. How can I create with that? Rather than, this is what life is giving me. I don't want it to be this way. Because that's when we try to move upstream. That's when we're moving against the flow. There's resistance. It takes energy. It's hard. So that is how we can surrender with life, and putting it a little bit more of a practical way for you as women, how we can surrender daily. It's finding opportunities where you can surrender decisions to someone else. And if you're like me and in the past have definitely gone down the route of perfectionism and control and handling all of the details, which I can do still very well in my work, which I can tap into that masculine essence of focus and order and creating the structure, that's needed. But there's times when it isn't. And there's times when it feels so deeply restful to not have to hold that anymore and to let it be held. And so a simple thing that I do, that I just did with my partner, is I surrender dinner to you. I don't know what to have for dinner. I don't know what I feel like. I could make the decision. I could put my boss lady pants on and do that. But actually, it feels really nice to not. And a side note here, I haven't always been like that. Part of what I'll share more in my work is I actually had an extreme eating disorder where it was all about the control, and exercise disorder as well. And I could no way trust anybody else to pick what I would eat. That was scary as hell for me. But I'm at a place now where it feels so good to surrender that to the masculine, to drop into my feminine, to just rest and go with what is there, to just flow with it. More ways that you can surrender is surrender to your body. Surrender to what you really feel in your body. Rather than getting up in the morning and going, I'm going to do this with my body today, check in. And maybe you need to surrender to the fact that you have less energy. Your body's telling you something. So just be soft and rest. I'm going to share more about ways to tap into your feminine essence. There's a free ebook coming out really soon where it will be 5 ways, very easy and simple ways in your life to tap into your feminine energy, which is not just about soft surrender and flow. It's also about power, passion, play, and pleasure. It's a dynamic energy. Feminine is life embodied. And so I'm excited to share more with you. I hope this inspired you to flow a little bit more. I'll just leave you with one question to ask yourself. Where is the stream of life really taking me right now? And how can I allow myself to flow in that stream? As soon as the allow happens, you'll know how to swim over those sticks and stones. You'll know how to move through, and you'll feel more powerful when you do. Sending you so much love.